Good afternoon. Happy New Year's, everybody. About to get into another video. I wanted to go over this Anton Daniels video just dropped a couple of minutes ago, actually. Seems that we lost a border agent to some illegal Venezuelan migrants. So, it's getting bad out here. So, let's see what he's talking about.
Migration agent near the US border, according to state security and migration officials. The slain agent was attacked at a checkpoint when he asked a number of foreign nationals for their identification documents, Mexican Migration Agency INM said. The checkpoint was just south of Ciudad Juarez, across the border from the city of El Paso in Texas. The incident.
And this is why Donald Trump is forcing other countries, because the responsibility is not just on our side.
Absolutely.
It's also on the Mexican side. It's on the Canadian side. It's to any of the people that look at themselves as our allies that also benefit from doing business with the United States of America.
Absolutely.
And now that you're starting to see reports of what happens to border agents, we now have to make sure that we're more vigilant than ever and vet through the people that are coming over into the border. Now, if these people are being taken out, they're taking out border agents. A Venezuelan gang is reportedly taking out border agents. How does that bode for people? Because remember, before we even started to require for other countries to clamp down on the borders and bolster our own border security, we've already had tens of millions of migrants illegally come into the United States of America that was not vetted.
Yeah, absolutely. And what does that tell us? Now we have millions more, right? And how many of them do we know are not affiliated with the wrong groups? You know what I mean? The anti-American groups. There has to be thousands of them easily, right? So this opens up a whole new window because we've literally let them infiltrate into our country, and this needs to stop, man. So he's absolutely right.
Let me say that again for the people in the back, because I don't want y'all to lose sight of what's happening. And this is much different than an H-1B visa program. That is a completely different conversation. I know people keep asking me to go over it over and over and over and over again. I've covered it on the Millionaire Morning Show. I've covered it on this channel, and I've covered it on After Hours. We've had debates about it. We've talked about it inside and out. There's clips, there's live streams. If you want to go and have that conversation about H-1B visas, that is a completely separate issue from people that are being vetted,
Yep.
right? Versus just coming over here illegally. These are people that are seeking work permits and H-1B visas to ultimately be the best and brightest to contribute to the American economy, which includes taxes.
Exactly. Exactly. This country was built off of immigrants, Irish immigrants, Italian immigrants, Portuguese, French, Cape Verdean, Puerto Rican, all kind of different people, right? So, the main thing is though that these people came and they invested into the country. They didn't take their funds and leave. They came here to build a life in America, and they did it legally. They did it legally, and they followed the steps to obtain their citizenship or permanent residency, whatever it may be, alien card. They follow whatever the federal government says needs to be done to retain that status. So it's not fair that anyone else gets that leeway to do something different. It's not fair. It's really a spit to the face of all these people who come here, my family included, who do it the right way and who love this country. You know what I mean? It's a whole 360 or 180, I should say, um, to everyone who's trying to get here that's been on a waiting list.
And we know who these people are. Now, you can make a case and say, well, there's some people that overstay a visa. Cool. We can have that conversation.
Different.
But this is for people that are crossing over illegally into the United States of America, is not vetted. We don't know who they are. We don't know where they came from. We don't even know who their real name is. We don't know what they traffic in. We don't know what they're bringing over into the United States of America. And yet there's border agents being taken out by these gang members, and there's no telling how many of them are over here inside of the United States of America. How does that make sense for American and national security?
Marks a rare case of deadly violence against agents weeks before Donald Trump takes office. The US president-elect is expected to crack down on illegal immigration and try to restrict legal immigration when he returns to the White House. Hundreds of migrants waited in long lines outside an immigration office in southern Mexico on Monday. They hope to secure.
So now, I'm sorry I paused, but that's what I'm here for, right? Make some commentary. So now, like I was just saying, all of these people over the years who have been fighting for their right to be here, they're all going to lose their position because now all these slots have been illegally filled. You know what I'm saying? All of the chances for other people to come here legally, those slots have been filled by illegals. That even if we wanted to let others come in, right? We have to get people out because there's no more space. I mean, it's just that's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? If you feel different, let me know. But
secure safe passage north.
Look at all of these people over there. Now, I know my passport bros out there. Shout out to the guys that got their passports. There is a small minority of men that have passports, but I know it's a lot of people that's looking to get it. You can go right on over into Mexico and find you one if you just want that. If that's just what you want, you can go and rock out. Look at the crowds of people that are lining up to get inside of the United States of America.
the wrong way.
And it's so funny because I remember during the presidential election and when Trump was clearly in the lead and was destroying Kamala Harris in every battleground state, there was a lot of people that were saying that they was moving to Mexico City or they was moving out of town or they were going to another country or they were going to move up to Canada.
Yeah, a lot of celebrities.
Why isn't that sentiment trending on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and every other social media platform,
Right.
X? Why isn't that a sentiment that's trending? Why aren't people waiting and pushing to get outside of the country as much as they are trying to get inside of the country
Right.
from your replacements? These are people that's looking to replace you. Thank God we have tougher
Absolutely, yeah.
national security and border agents and border czars such as Tom Homan. Kamala Harris should have never been in that position in the first place.
Ever.
But look at the amount of people that are waiting and fighting to get inside of the United States of America prior to Trump getting here. Now, why would they?
But these liberals, right, will tell you that this country is so bad, it's so racist. It's like the worst country in the world, right? But everybody else in the world is trying to come to the worst country in the world. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
do that? Why would they do that?
Right.
How does that make sense? They're letting you know that you have to go. That they are going to start with the most violent criminals first, and they are going to the major blue cities, such as Chicago, such as New York. The sentiment of that mayor in Chicago is a little bit different than the sentiment from the mayor in New York, and I just think that Eric Adams is trying to jostle for a pardon. That's a whole nother conversation. But why would they do that? Why would they be trying to get over here when Trump clearly said that he is looking to remove anybody that is trying to get over here illegally? And miss me with that, yo, I'm not sure if they did a crime, so maybe they need to be able to say, I don't want to hear that nonsense.
Yep,
it's not about the crime. It's about, are you over here illegally? Being here illegally is a crime in itself.
Yep, thank you.
And enter the US legally before Trump returns to power.
Preaching. He's preaching.
Like every migrant, we are afraid. But well, he knows what he's going to do with all of us entering legally. We're doing it in the healthiest and most feasible way possible to avoid mistakes, such as entering illegally.
State investigators reported that the agent suffered a head injury and his body exhibited, quote, signs of violence. 2 Venezuelan men and a Colombian national were detained as suspects.
We don't give enough credit to those that protect us and keep our borders safe.
To his family.
And
That's
if
horrible.
there's ever a time that we need to show a level of appreciation, not just to the people that are standing up for American values, and I know that there's always going to be some extremists. There's always going to be some people that say, oh, no, we need to cut off anybody from coming over into the United States of America. Well, you can't do that, because we do need people's best and brightest, and it is a competition for worldwide talent. And then on top of that, what if they say that we want to cut off all Americans from being able to come over into our country? We don't want that. The thing that we do want is just for us to have legal migration into the country. It has nothing to do with migrants themselves. It has everything to do with who are the people that are coming, what are their purpose, and are they willing to do things the right way?
Absolutely.
Other than that, you know what I'm saying? To each his own. I am not personally against migrants. I have never been against immigration. I think that some of the greatest wealth that is generated here in the United States of
Sorry about
America
that,
has come
guys.
from people that are born outside of the United States of America. I mean, take Elon Musk, for example. He has created a lot of millionaires by giving them equity in the company, including people that work on Tesla's floor. He's created a lot of great companies even prior to that, like PayPal. We see SpaceX doing really, really well. And he contributes into the economy. And as a matter of fact, he's paid the most taxes on record in 1 year than any other American in history, any other naturalized citizen in history. And so it's not about migrants themselves.
That's a
It's
great
about
point.
who and what they're doing here and whether or not we can get them in here legally or illegally. And we need to make sure that we're vetting effectively. I'm curious as to what y'all think about this border agent that has been killed. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon link is in the description. Also, Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off of life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace.
All right, guys. Another great take from Anton. Knows what he's talking about. You know, he's realistic on his takes. You know what I'm saying? It's not about opinions, it's about facts.
$315 billion.
So, you know, glad we were able to get that one in. You guys have a great rest of your first day of the year. Nothing but blessings to all of you guys. Hope you guys have amazing things going on. Take care.